Hello. Do you see this sign? This is Joey. He says just because MAB's holding an acoustic, it doesn't mean it's not metal. Now I'm gonna wait for people to get online and... Hi Cynthia, it's good to see you back again. Hello, how are you? Hey Denny, how are you? Yes, hello, Masako. I hope I said that correctly. If I didn't, write it phonetically for me. Also, I'd like to say hello, Anita. How are you? I'd like to say hello to Tanya. Who else is online? Tom, hey man, I'm ready for rock too. Hey, I see Alexis there. I see Greg. I feel like it's like what was that? What was the Disney thing? The Mickey Mouse Club. And I see Joey. Now, Joey's always here. Hello! So, I see Fernanda. Hello, are you? How are you? That's actually Roxana. And, hey, Michael, how are you? Loving the M24. Yes, me too. Me too. Alder. Okay, Dwayne. All right, let's... Now, I'm doing something here today. We're going to be promoting with Sawtooth. Sawtooth, Chromacast, and GoDPS are the sponsors of this show. We are talking about the Mahogany Jumbo guitar. Now, I want to just say something. Hey, JD, how are you? Let's see. Hello, Alexis again. Let's see. Tanya. Hola. Yes, that's Roxanne. Yes. Hey, JD. What's up, Joey? Hey, JD. We need to go out for some, like, you know, that kind of Asian dinner, you know, like, what is it? You know, where you sit around and they cook stuff for you. So he doesn't know. Yeah, romper room with them. And I see you, and I see you, and all I see a bunch of you guys. You know, it's kind of funny. This time zone that we're doing the live stream has been picked up by everybody. You know, I don't want to say that I do this stuff first, but I kind of do. You know, just like with my over-under, it took, It took till the 21st century, from the 80s till the 21st century. Hey, Terry, I see you. Hey, Christian, how are you? Speed kills exercises. Yeah, they work, man. What can you say? You know, I mean... You know, I practice what I preach. I'm super fast now, and I was super fast then. You know, I can still play really accurately, and you know, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is this app that we have developed. It is Sawtooth, Chromacast, GoDPS. It's 3 companies that are part. You know, they're all in the same house, and it's just a huge conglomerate. But they are such great people to work with. We have an app. I mean, how many other music companies have an app? If you go to hey, Denny, how are you? Yeah, Mr. Badio's neighborhood. There you go. And I see Joey. No, you don't. You live with Joey. Ow, that hurts. See, Joey, see, I live with the 3 Stooges. I've got Joey. Listen, I'm the star of the show. Listen, we gotta talk turkey, except there ain't no turkey, because I hang out with eagles. Listen, this is the way it is. I'm Joey. I am the show. Me. I, me. I am Joey the narcissist. Oh, I see Mark McNally, one of my best friends in the entire world. We've known each other since we were 16 years old. Anyway, I have a good time doing these live streams. And what I was saying is, I picked a time. I just have a knack for this stuff. I picked a time that a lot of people are picking now. And I mean, even friends of mine, you know, they're like, oh, we ain't competition, man, but like, you're like doing really good, man. So we're like going to compete with you, bro. I'm like, okay. Every time you make a McNugget, there's somebody that comes out with a chicken tender. So if you make the chicken McNugget, there's going to be a chicken tender. So I made the McNugget, and now there's a lot of chicken tenders out there. And so what am I saying? I'm saying this. We have a great time slot. I love doing this show every week. Sawtooth guitars, Sawtooth basses, drums, keyboards, amps. They sponsor the show. Chromacast Music Products sponsors the show, and GoDPS Live, which is the retail side of those 2 companies. So it's the big 3 2 plus 2 is metal 4 minus 1. See, Joey likes to do that, especially with an acoustic. It's like, but dude, it's like metal, bro. It's totally metal. How do you know? I love that song! I was in the band Holland, and in Holland we were doing like, gotta run, gotta run. So we're doing this, but secretly I was listening to I love that! Ride the Lightning changed my life. Joey's like, this is some heavy stuff. I like this stuff. MAB, you're going to play this stuff. I'm like, yes, I am. And so I loved Ride the Lightning. It was one of my best. It was like an epiphany for me. Like Tom Morello said, my teaching him was an epiphany for him. And but anyway, when I talk about this GoDPS Live app, not many music companies have their own app. And, you know, it's expensive to build. It's hard to build. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort. You have to, you know, run it through, you know, the powers that be, meaning the big, huge conglomerate companies. And but we have it. The MAB band did a concert there. We are going to also be releasing soon, you know, probably maybe a video at a time, a concert that I did with Melody from a young, you know, she's a great young lead vocalist, female from the band Liliac. And then it's Vinny Appice on drums and Rudy Sarzo on bass, me on guitar. So you're going to be seeing that. But right now we have the MAB band in concert on this app. And one of the cool things about this app, I'm telling you, if you know anything about me, when I say things, you know, I don't say it lightly. If I believe in something, I can endorse it and promote it. If I don't, I can't. But the app is free. Free? How much does it cost to be free? It's free. No cost. And so when you download the app, anything you buy through the app, anything from Chromacast, Sawtooth, it could be guitar picks, could be a guitar stand, it could be a keyboard, could be a drum set, could be one of the MAB guitars. I'm going to say something, I'm going to brag a little bit. Every single MAB series guitar we have released from Sawtooth is doing great, 100%. The hybrids are something new. Hey, Cynthia, I keep seeing you here. But the hybrids are a new idea. But every one of the guitars, 100%, we're out of stock on a bunch of them. And also, one thing that Sawtooth does is they make lefty models. Hello, I'm left-handed. I just happen to be ambidextrous. Oh, don't you know who I am? I'm the ambidextrous guitarist that plays like this. Oh yes, I can play a harmony on one side and a melody on the other, but it's totally ambidextrous. So yes, I can do this stuff, but I always used to wonder, why do other companies not cater to the left-handed person? I'm a lefty in a right-handed world. You know what that means? That means that a butter knife in a fancy restaurant is slanted for a right-handed person. A scissors is right-handed. Do you ever put a scissors in your left hand? Whoa, and start cutting away? It sucks because it's contoured for a right-handed person. It's not fair, but life is not fair. And when life is not fair, what do? You deal with it, because it wasn't fair now, it wasn't fair yesterday, it's not going to be fair tomorrow, it wasn't fair 1,000 years ago, and especially if you were in Rome, or you were in Egypt, or you were with Genghis Khan thousands of years ago, definitely wasn't fair. So just be thankful we live in 2020. And so now here. Now I love playing acoustic guitar. Listen, I'm the star. I play acoustic guitar. It ain't MAB. It was me. You think when he was 10 years old, he thought about playing guitar? It was Joey. Joey is the show. Joey the narcissist. Why? Because it's I, me, Joey. See, this is what I live with. And then Robert is silent. Robert picks. Robert is the angriest hand on planet Earth. He's angry all the time. This is like the Incredible Hulk, except for one thing. He's always angry. He doesn't change. This is Hulk face for him. So when I play acoustic, and I love acoustic, Sawtooth makes, and I'm going to say this unequivocally, I have been around a long time. People know that when you watch my skills today, they're very similar to what they were yesterday. And a long time ago, I practiced what I preach. Sawtooth makes the absolute best acoustic guitars on planet Earth for the money. I can record records with this. Listen to the intonation. Now I have my acoustic. See, it's electric. It's got a Fishman preamp system, tuner, all the cool stuff built in. I'm running it through my DAW system right now. I've got my DAW system here, and I'm running it through like compression, a little reverb, a little delay. So you're hearing the acoustic. It's a beautiful sound. Listen to the intonation. When I recorded Long Way From Home with Nitro on our first album, what I did was I had to rent we're multi-$1,000 Martin guitar because the intonation was not right on cheaper guitars. Hear that? I'm using thirds. These are really hard to keep in tune. Listen to that. So it sounds beautiful. Sawtooth is the first company I have been with, literally, since the old days where I could use an acoustic from the company to play. My former company, I hated their acoustics, and I'm not just saying this, I mean, they sucked. And even though they look cool, they were Eagles. There were all this like fancy stuff on them, bro. It's like, whoa, they look cool to smoke a bud, dude. They look awesome. Well, how do they sound? Well, they don't sound so cool, bro, but they look awesome, dude. But do they sound good? No, bro, they sound like crap, dude. But they just look like eagles and like plant more trees, like flowers on the earth, bro. It's like awesome stuff. That's what they did. They looked good and they sounded terrible. And I could never record with them. Never. I never used one guitar on acoustic from former companies. Never. I always had to use the ringer guitars. I had to get a Martin. I had to get a Taylor. I had to get something that was super expensive because none of them could intonate properly except for Sawtooth. These guitars sound fantastic. And they're not that expensive. This is literally the first company I've been able to work with that actually had acoustic guitars that I felt comfortable with recording. And I want to just mess around with the song. I wrote a song on my YouTube page. We just released our version of Little Wing. And you know, the intro is kind of weird for me because it was done, we did it with a click track, so the intro was way faster than I would record it. I actually commented about slowing the click track down to go. Rob Ross played drums. If you don't know Rob's name, let me tell you what he played on. He played on the original No Boundaries, the Speed Kills version of No Boundaries. He played on the original Rainforest on No Boundaries, the album. And he played on the song Science Fiction. Also played on 2X Again. That. So he's played on a lot of songs with me, and we've had great success together. Rob played on Little Wing, and wait till you hear him play drums, whether it's a real kit, electronic kit, and he sings really good. He was on the band US, he was on the band Freeze when we did the song Read It and Weave, and Mark McNally, I saw was online, and Mark is, like I said, Rob and Mark are two of my best friends, and I've known them more than half my life. But Mark wrote the riff. And he, the song 8 Pillars of Steel. Now, one song that I wrote a long time ago is called Full Force. And I've always liked to use, I have a tuner. In my pedal board, I always have tuners. Now, like I said, I'm running this through the DAW system. So I have a little bit of delay and reverb and chorus and compression. So here's the song called Full Force. Now, I actually wrote this at the NAMM show. I was in my early 20s when we were in the band US. It was right after the band Freeze, right before I moved to California. And I came up with this riff. And then I changed it on the Lucid Intervals album, and I half-timed it. I'm going to just play you a little bit of this song. If you have my Lucid Intervals album, you're going to know this song. But I said it before and now say it again to you. Not just what you say, it's what you're going through. What am I supposed to do? Gonna do? What am I supposed to do with you? What am I supposed to do? What you gonna do? What am I supposed to do with you? You gotta believe in someone sometime. You gotta believe in more than just yourself. You gotta believe in someone sometime soon, and that someone will be me. Because I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you. Ooh, oh, 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 it's coming at you. Ooh, oh, it's coming at you. Ooh, oh, oh, Don't try to understand the meaning of your fear. Happened, it would take all night to hear. What am I supposed to do? What you gonna do? What am I supposed to do with you? What am I supposed to do? What you gonna do with you? You gotta believe in someone. You gotta believe in more than just yourself. You gotta believe in someone sometimes soon. Someone will be me, because cool song. I love that chorus. I'm coming at you. But do you hear how good this guitar sounds? There's another song too that I wanted to do a cover of. I'm going to do some crazy covers. I actually wrote a surf song. I'm going to play a little bit. And so I'm going to actually release that song. But there's a song called Wayfaring Stranger. Yeah, it's fun. You know, I love playing acoustic. I used to always have acoustic guitars, and you know, when I wrote the song "A New Day," it was actually, I wish I had this recording. Mark McNally, the one that wrote, and he wrote "We Didn't Weep," wrote a classical song when we were juniors in high school. And I was so impressed by it, and I don't have a recording, and he probably doesn't even remember it. But I wrote the song "A New Day" based around what I heard Mark do, and also from Steve Howe from Yes. But I love the motive of "A New Day." That I mean, listen. But this dun 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 dun. It's just a great motive. It's really catchy. And then I had this. And then I had a motive in there too. I just love playing acoustic, and I'm good at finger picking too. I love the song "Blackbird" by the Beatles. I've talked about this before, but this is the one that kind of helped my finger picking where I go. but I love using a pick too and doing kind of like a hybrid picking where or this one. Anybody knows Genesis? This is off the album Trick of the Tail, Squonk. I hope I remember it. And one of the songs that I really loved is that song Moon River. When you hear Breakfast at Tiffany's, and believe it or not, the part in No Boundaries where it goes like, and I go like this. It had a chord. It's like wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. And so I actually got the idea for that from Moon River of all places. Like I went. I just love these guitars. Okay, now I've talked about the app. I've done the shout outs. The MAB band, which is comprised of all LA musicians, we released the concert, and you can watch it on the GoDPS Live app. Download the app. It's free. You can buy this acoustic and anything literally from Sawtooth, Chromacast on this app, and you get an automatic 20% discount. It's amazing. Also, I want to say something too. I want to talk to you about a little bit about my YouTube channel. I have really upped the content on there. We have well over 100 pieces of video on there now, and we just released our version of Little Wing. It's just friends I grew up with, and I was in the band Freeze. And let's see, need an authorized image for the Facebook group. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading some, so many questions come in. But anyway, check out my YouTube channel. Just go type in Michelangelo Badio, You can type in Little Wing, you can type in double guitar, you'll go to my channel. Pretty easy to find online. Now, one last thing. I want to talk to you about a really great young guitar player. His first name is Philip, and he's from Canada, from the French part of Canada, and he got into a horrific car accident. I mean, literally, I don't know exactly, I mean, I wasn't there, and I don't profess to know, I wasn't there when he had surgery, but he basically hit his right hand on the steering wheel of the car so hard that he could not play and hold a pick with his right hand. And he was a really great, like, death metal guitarist. Yes, I like death metal. Ooh, broccoli. And so what I did was, I didn't know about Philip. And Philip contacted me, he was a fan, and he talked to me about giving him guitar lessons. Now, granted, I play left-handed, I am left-handed, and so I literally taught Philip how to play and put him in the right direction, because I can't say I taught him everything, but I put him on the right direction and pointed him in the right direction and put him on the path. And several years later, this kid can play. He went from a right-handed guitarist to a left-handed guitarist, and he released an album with his band. They're called Avert. And I played a guest guitar solo on it. He was a great right-handed guitarist. Now he's a great left-handed guitarist. And magazines like Guitar World magazines, the big website Metal Sucks, all these big websites are picking up on Philip's story. It is a great story of something catastrophic that happened to a person, and he overcame it. It's almost like Rocky, dude. It's like Lord of the Rings, man. Like, you've got to bring the ring back and destroy it, bro. I mean, it's like Star Wars defeating the Empire. It is big. It's a big story. And so when I talked to Philip, I talked to him recently, and he is a lefty now. Sawtooth makes more left-handed guitars than pretty much any company. I mean, they cater to left-handed people. I'm a lefty. I love actually just sitting down and messing around with a left-handed guitar. So anyway, Philip is going to be joining. He's young. He just put out a brand new album. He's going to be putting out, he's going to be playing Sawtooth guitars. And I'm really happy that he's with us. He's just fantastic. His work ethic, first of all, emotionally, how would it crush you if you could not play? Okay, you played guitar for 10 plus years, and all of a sudden you got in such a bad accident that it shattered literally bones and tendons and things in your hand where you couldn't play. But what he found is he couldn't hold a pick like this, but he could extend his fingers and actually fret with his right hand, which meant that he could use a pick with his left hand. It was a total reversal, and I know how that feels. I will never say that I know how another person feels, because that's not true. Nobody knows what anybody else feels like. We can only empathize, possibly sympathize, but I don't know how you feel. You don't know how I feel. When I took on Philip, I really cared about trying to help him. And man, did he help himself. So, I think I've covered everything here, but... These are just beautiful guitars. Sawtooth does the things that pretty much no guitar company can do. They make fantastic products, and they make them reasonably priced. And these acoustics are record quality. The intonation, the woods are beautiful, the construction is great, and they just sound amazing. They have low end. Now here, I'll just shut it off. Now I have it through a Dawson's run. They just sound great. they have a great deep bass. And I have numerous, I pretty much have every acoustic in the line of Sawtooth. I love them all, and I'm not just saying that. They have this parlor guitar, it's really little, and it joins around the 12th, a little before the 12th fret. These join at the 12th, and it just sounds so great. It's so comfortable to play, and it's one of Sawtooth's biggest sellers. But when you have super high quality, when you can have a guitar that's reasonably priced, and the reason is to give guitars, there's so many people playing guitar right now. Rock music has exploded. We're just riding a big wave right now of great guitar. And Sawtooth is right in there. We can't even keep my signature guitars in stock. Every single one of my signature guitars, every single one, and we've released a lot, has been successful. And we don't, every one of my signatures doesn't have my name plastered. It doesn't say, Michelangelo Badio double guitars at the 12th fret, dude. Why? Why not? Because I'm a big egotist, bro. No, we don't have that. It's part of the MAB signature line. They are great guitars, and man, they are working. I mean, nobody has ever released a guitar like the Hybrid series. People say, well, I put a lot of pickups. Yeah, Steve Morse did, and I love Steve Morse. He doesn't have a hybrid. He doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. The trend was, to use EMGs, and I like EMGs, but I like Fishman's a lot better. The Fluence pickups, we put Fishman Fluence. Now, other companies have done this too, but, most companies went to EMG and used that for like 7 strings and 8 strings. Everything was EMG this, EMG that. I like EMG, but I never really liked them that much. I like the 707s for 7-string, but I never really cared for the 6-string version of EMG, the 85s, the 81s, the SA. I never really liked them. I didn't. And I like passive pickups better. We use Fluence. And so what do other companies do? Not just because of us, but the whole trends now use Fluence. I'm not concerned about what everybody else does. I'm concerned about what we do. We're releasing a brand new double. We're doing all these cool things, and we're making it affordable. And that's the big secret. And the secret's out. And most of these companies, they can't even do it. And now with COVID, you're starting to realize the shortages of all this stuff. We didn't have a shortage of MAB signature series. We had people buying so many, they sold out. We're waiting for new shipments to come in. But anyway, I can't say enough about the Sawtooth line. I mean, it's great. And these acoustics, they just sound so fantastic. And they use high quality Fishman preamps, tuners built in. But the actual sound of the acoustic guitar, listen to that. I mean, this is an A. It's an A undetermined. You could call an A suspended 9. It's just 1/5 octave with an add 9. But listen how in tune it is. Those are all perfect intervals. 1/5 octave, that's a 4th, add 9. And you don't hear it going. I'm goofing around because I detuned it. But anyway, I just like to say this. This is all I have to say today. I wanted to play a lot for you, and I want to just talk about some specifics. But thank you very much for watching this live stream every week. I'm going to continue it. I'm going to keep going and going and going. Why? Because I have energy for days, for weeks, for months, for years. We're ready to rock. The big 3 are ready to rock always, 24/7. I'm Michelangelo Badio. I'm Joey Robert for Sawtooth Guitars, Sawtooth Amps, ChromaCast, and Go DPS. See ya.